Okay, so we're back for part two to get this finished, getting this Kona lava dome, this Crusty Kona built up. This is where we were when we last left on episode 1. I was looking for some wheels. I found these Mavic 217s with Continental Mountain King 2.0s. It's going to be a street bike, this, really, so it doesn't need to have super fat 3-inch tyres on it. So yeah, I thought these wheels and tyres were quite a good combo. Matching pair. So this is the rear, same tyre, same rim, and I found this 1148 massive gravel cassette to go on there. It's a 10-speed cassette, which I'll friction shift then with a thumb shifter. I'm gonna mount an upside down thumb shifter on this bike, as you'll see. I thought I'd give the wheels a wash down. I'm not going to go crazy on them because, like I say, this bike's going to look a bit sort of rough and ready, so left them to dry in the evening sunshine outside shed quarters, and then popped them on to see what the bike looked like back on its wheels. So this is the first time with the bike back on its wheels since I initially stripped it down, and I think overall it looks really good considering how shabby the frame really is. This bike just gets away with it. It just looks really good. So there's an XT rear mech I found to use for this 10-speed system, which is going to be friction shifted, as I say. Cranks are in. Bars and stem, I think, look pretty good. Found these brakes then, these XT brakes. Didn't go mad with polishing them up again because the bike's got quite a rough and ready sort of semi-ratty look to it due to the frame, but yeah, I thought they'd be perfect, so went ahead and also found a saddle. Found this tan saddle, which is a bit crusty, got crusty rails on it, but again I think it goes with the general aesthetic and look of the bike, so went with that. And then there's those brake levers in place. As you can see, nice XT levers, and brake arms. Again, no point in polishing them up, so I've left them as they are. They've been cleaned, they look tidy. And then it was time for some cables. So 2 new brake cables and a single gear cable now for this 1x system. Just pulling the cables through. I mounted this thumb shifter upside down, which is something we used to do a lot back in the day, if you're old enough to remember, and then quickly just seeing if it shifts okay with the friction, which it does. It shifts really well, actually. I might mess about with chain length, but at the moment it seems to be operating reasonably well. So cut and cap. Just to tidy it up. And then the same again then with the brakes. I've got bits to finish on this bike. I've got to get some new brake pads for it because they are quite worn, but I want to get some nice metal backed ones to go with these XT levers rather than just put cheap pads in there. So yeah, that'll be the last finishing thing, but for now just cutting and capping. The brakes all work, the bike stops, same on the rear. And it was starting to look like a complete bike, so I put it down on the ground in the sunshine to see how we've done. And I think compared to the Crusty Kona that was ready for the scrap heap that came in a few days ago, I think it looks great. I think it looks really good. Yes, it's got bits of rattiness to it, the frame's got that patina to it, but this is a bike that would have ended up in the tip, and now look at it, it's just a super cool street cruiser, proper retro, legendary frame, and a fork with the Project 2 fork on there as well. I'm just super happy with it. I think, again, all these bits have just come out of the parts bin. Even the 10-speed cassette and XT mech are just second-hand stuff that I had lying around. So overall, really happy. I think we did save the Crusty Kona. You have a good look now at it and give me your opinions down below. As I say, I've got a few little finishing bits to still do and adjustments to make on it, but overall I think another part's been success that's kept an old bike alive and given it a second chance.